Okay, so yesterday we completed creating an applications. Now you guys know how to create an application, right? So again, now you can go and update like your names, what kind of application you found it, and you can update all those names. So just I will put that names. Just give me a second. Paste special transpose. Yes, good. I got that. Now you guys can go and update like your applications. What type of application you are trying to build under your names. So don't worry about that prototype URL now, but at the moment, like just go and update like your applications in the sheet itself. Okay, so fine. So now you know like how to create an applications. Now let's move on to the objects. So how we will create an object. So as I mentioned earlier, object is a table or it could be an Excel sheet. So if you know like there is a sheet in the Excel sheet, so like that sheet we consider as an object. So how we will create that object and how we will configure the object. So now before creating an object, you need to know what are the attributes are there in the object. So for example, employee. So for our HR management, this is HR management is the application which we are going to build throughout our sessions. In that particular application, we have these are all the list of objects. So employee, salary, leave, performance. Yeah, we can go for it one by one. Maybe feedback and any suggestion. Feedback will come under the suggestions. Yeah, anything like other than the feedback. Yeah, well, during the session, if you come to know, we will go and type it one by one. Now, first of all, employee. This is the object basically one of the sheet or table. Now in this object, what are the fields are there? Like in the employee object, what are the fields are there? So that's why even I explained the configuration workbook. Now, if I go back to the configuration workbook, I'm going to rename this employee. Okay. So what you can do, you guys can go and clone this sheet from your local. You cannot modify it because I given you the just the read access, not the edit access. Just I given the read access, only the viewer access. You cannot edit it awfully. So what you can do, go to the reference Excel sheet and try to download this. You can make it your own copy. So from your local drive, you can make it like your own copy. Then you can open that copy and update like your objects. So what is your applications? And what about like that application descriptions, business needs, and app highlights, like a type of applications. What is it? Lakshmi, I think, are you able to edit it? Can you try to edit it, Lakshmi? I can see Lakshmi there in the same file.
No.
Try to, okay, good, yeah. Because I given like a viewer access. So yeah. So you cannot edit it this file. What you can do, just a file and you can download it or make a copy from your local, or better like a download it and then you can update that. So or move it to your like a shared drive, add a shortcut to, not shortcut, like a move it. No, you don't have a move option also, I believe. But better like a download it as an Excel sheet and then modify it, then upload it like a in your drive itself, whatever it is, up to you. Yeah, whichever is convenient for you, you can go and do that. Yeah. So then list out like the list of objects. What are the list of object? And ERD, we will come back to that. So how we will put that ERD, we will come back to that. So on the list of object, yes, put like all your object. What are the object you are going to use on your application? So at the moment for HR management, I do have all these objects. So employee object, salary object, leave object, performance object, and feedback objects. So these are all the objects. Yeah. Now, if you take an employee object, I'm creating a sheet over here. This is, we call it as a configuration workbook. Basically, this will be done by either a business analyst, so who is getting the requirement from the client. They will sit with the client and they will ask all these fields and they will fill it up. And this sheet will share it to administrator, where the administrator can go and create an object in Salesforce. So now this is an employee object. Now over here, what are the fields? So basically I need a name field, employee name. Yeah, basically first name, right? Not like a full name. I will say first name, last name, or just a name. So I would say like just name, email, EMP code. What else? Birth date, address, city, state, country. What else? So address, city, state, country, postal code, zip code, zip slash, postal code. Yeah. So sorry, it's not highlighted. This. What else? Anybody? So name, phone, employee code, date of birth, address, city, state,
Contact number.
mobile, home phone. What else? LinkedIn link, LinkedIn.
Gender.
Yeah, Facebook. Gender. Sorry, someone saying? Okay. What else? Okay, let it be like during the session, like if you come to know, we will go and put it. Now the name is basically, we know like it's a text, right? So just type for text. Email, it's a text, but I don't suggest to go ahead with the text. We do have an email data type. I think like before identifying it, let me explain all the data type so that you understood which data type you need to use it. Yeah, I will explain all the data type first, then we will come back to this configuration workbook. Okay, so at the moment, just park the data type. We know like there is a one table, like based on your all the list of objects, you go and create a sheets. So employee is the one sheet, and just copy this sheet, make a duplicate and update like the name. So let's say like for salary, I will make it as a duplicate. So make it as a salary, and then do all the salary related fields over here. So like that, you guys do it based on your application. You guys can go and modify that. Okay, good. So now let's say like you got an object which is employee. Now how we will create that object in Salesforce? So again, there are two ways we can create an object in Salesforce. So once if you log into the Salesforce, already I log into our training account. So I'm in the backend. So the training account, I'm in the backend. Let me go to the front end as well. So which is, what is the app name? I'm going to move this one first so that like easily I can access it. See, it's a simple drag and drop. So you can put it like wherever you need. I just dragged it and I'm selecting the application now. Okay, so this is our applications. Now what I'm trying to build, I'm going to build an employee as a separate object. So to do that, click on the setup. Here you will see there is an object manager. So you need to go to the object manager. Inside the object manager, Salesforce will store like all the object, including standard object and custom object. Everything will be stored inside the object manager itself. Now you will see these are all the standard object, standard table provided by Salesforce, because they given like a lot of application, right? So if you see like you are seeing like so many applications here. So to support all this application, Salesforce build all these objects. So that's why you can see a lot of objects. So whenever if you purchase any sales cloud product or service cloud product or marketing cloud product, you will see like only associated object, like associated that product, the specific to that product, you can see only those objects. But at the moment, we are using the developer arc. That's why you may see like a plenty of objects, because there are a lot of applications they provide us in the developer arc. And for those app, we have a plenty of objects. But for live time, real time scenario, if you purchased internet issue, not able to join via mobile.
No, I joined some.
Sorry, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just now I saw it, sorry. Okay. Yeah. On apply, yeah. So because we have a plenty of application now, if you purchase the Sales Cloud, you can see only Sales Cloud related object, not all. Yeah, that's you need to understand. And at the moment, there is no custom object because we didn't build it. Now we are going to build a new custom objects. So to build the custom object, there are like three ways you can build the custom object. One is using the schema builder. So first of all, you need to understand there is a search functionality which help you to search the relevant object. What object like you are looking for, it will search. So if I search for like account, see, it will give you account object. If I search for contact, because if you have more, because there are companies, they may go and build like a more than 100 object or 200 objects. So now it's very difficult to find out. And my another one more suggestions, please use like the description field so that you will understand later stage. If you are not using the description field, you may not understand like why we used this object. So it's very difficult. Please, while creating an object, try to use the description field across all the object and fields. We'll go through that. So you can create an object via schema builder, or you can create an object via creating object options, or you can create an object via custom object from spreadsheet. If you have a spreadsheet, simply you can create an object. Same way, you have an schema builder. Like if I go for first I will go for a schema builder. So the schema builder will help you to understand the schema. So how many objects you have, what are the relationship between the objects. So it will help you to understand the schema. Let's say like if I go for an account and the contact. So quickly I will show you that schema. See what kind of relationship will have like between the account and the contact. You can see the relationship over here itself. So basically it's a one-to-many relationship. So one contact can have one account can have a multiple contact. So one-to-many. You'll see here it's a lookup relationship, and it means one-to-many. So generally whenever if you do the ERD, so this is related to a solution architect, functional architect, or consultant, like they may go and draw the diagrams. At the time they put like this link. This is related to one-to-many relationship. So for an administrator, you need to understand like what is this relationship. That means it's a one-to-many relationship. One account can have a multiple contact. Okay, so now so basically using the schema builder, you understand the existing object and their schema with all the fields. But if you want to create a new object, simply you can navigate to there is an element. So there is an element. See all the data type. These are all the different data types. What you need to do, simply drag the object over here. So you need to drag the object. So like simply drag this object and enter the name. Let's say employee. Yeah. So once if you enter the employee, the plural name you ought to populate. So basically the plural name employees. So what is the use of the plural name means? The label plural name will display as a tab over here. So in order to access the employee table, we are going to use the tab. So the plural name, whatever you entered here, this name will appear as a tab over here. Generally it's a plurals, like whatever you are typing, like just add a s. Then start with the consonant or vowel sounds. This is like a Salesforce introduced like a audio. So whenever like the pronouns like start with the consonant or vowel sound, or like what kind of sound you like to have, like maybe while accessing the employee tab, you can say like through mobile, like a voice. So through voice itself, you can open the specific tab. So for that they introduce this field, but again we are not using it. Only like if you're using any audio, so definitely this will useful. But always like go ahead with the default value, which is consonant. Then the object name is the API name, which will populate automatically. and this is the help text. So like if I go for like a year, in this page, if I click on the help, it will take you to one window. But from the employee page, you can customize. Whenever if you click on the help text, do you want to open the standard salesforce.com help and training window, or you want to open your custom window? You can build like one custom window, and that page can be open. You remember like I built one welcome page. In that welcome page, you can go and design like a nice text message. So whenever they click on the help text, it will navigate into this page. Again, we can build that. And this is the employee name. The record name will be reference key in this table. So this is the reference key. In a database concept, the reference key will be used to link one table to another table. Basically, if I close this, see here the account name is the reference key. It will link it to contact table. See here also employee name, account name, and here also account name. Basically, this account name is a reference key. This reference key will be linked across. Whenever if you are linking the account table to other tables, this reference key will go as a reference. So now between these two tables, the account name is the reference. Here also account name, here also account name. It will come automatically whenever you make the relationship. The similar way, the one which we are building it, by default, this field, this record name, whatever you are putting, this field will go as a reference key. So what I will do, I will go and create like a name, default name field, because we don't want to say employee, just a name. And then the data type. What is the data type for record name, whether it's a text or auto number? Now, text means user has to enter the value. Auto number means the system will populate automatically. You will say like generally like employee code will be on auto number. System will generate the employee code, but the name cannot be auto number. Like user has to type it. Okay. Now another question, maybe like this is the examination questions. In the record type, while creating an object, the record type will support what are the data type. It will support only two data type, which is text and auto number. Maybe they will give you 4 options. Out of 4 options, you need to choose 2. So while creating an object, record name field will support what are the following data types: text, email, phone. They will give a different data type. So you need to pick 2. So what are the data types? Text and auto number. Only these 2 data type it will support, not other data types. We do have more data types. You will see here like we have a lot of data types. And allow reports. Would you like to allow employee in the reporting side? And would you like to allow activity? Basically, setting up the call with the employee, setting up a meeting with the employee. All these options will available only if you are enabling this checkbox. I would say by default go and check everything. This one, track field history, so which will help you to track the changes, who done the changes, at what time done the changes, what modification they have done. So basically it will help you to understand like all. So take that in development. So these 2 options, this is mainly while deploying this employee into a productions. Now you are building into a developer org. Now if you want to push into a different org, let's say I want to push it to Kishore org or Manjunath org, at that time this may helpful. If it's in development means I cannot push this object to a different environment. If it's a deployed means yes, I can push this object into a different environment. So my suggestion is that by default go ahead with the deployed mode, because generally why Salesforce given this option means it will help us to identify the difference. So I don't want to push incomplete object, only completed object I can push it, right? So if it's in development means basically it's incomplete. So once the object of all the requirement is completed, you may need to go and change that one into a deployed. Then only you can push into different org. But by default, go ahead with the deploy mode. There is no issue with that. Just go ahead with that. And then add a Google Docs. Basically, do you want attachment options in the employee? If you want, say yes. And here one more option is missing. Again, that option is available only on object. From the object manager you ought to use. So like if I go for an object manager, create object. So here you may get a different options. See here, the the same thing, but what are the information we are filling here? The same thing you will get it here, but additionally you will have, like, see here, allow in chatter. This is the additional options, and these are all the checkbox additional options, and you have this such status is not there in that. So yeah, so basically in this area, like from using the object manager, if you are using custom object creations, you may get like more options. So that's why like people, they don't want to go for like this approach. From the schema builder approach, they are not going ahead with that. So but initially Salesforce provide like this option as well, but these days like people, they are going for like using this option only, custom objects. And now Salesforce introduce additional one more option, which is create a custom object from spreadsheet. Because using these options, you may need to create an object, you may need to create a fields one by one. But if you have 100 fields, if you use these options, all 100 field will create automatically, which I will show you that. First, we will finish this creation of custom object options. Then we'll go for creating an object from Excel sheet. And from the schema builder, I don't think so it's good, but I can show you like one of the object, like we'll start creating from the schema builder. But the most preferable option is custom object. Use the custom object to create your all objects. So basically, employees, same API name, same help window, and here just I am go ahead with the like just a name field, or you can go for employee name, not an issue. So employee name, okay, and I am going to select everything, and deployed mode, allow search. I am going to say add notes and attachments, and also here you will get additional one more options, launch new tab, new custom tab wizard after saving this object. So what is the use of launch new custom tab means? Once if you create an object, that object cannot be accessible here until you create a tab. Yeah, so let's say for example, if I didn't select these options and if I save, now the object is created, but it's not available here. Again, yesterday question, like once I create an object, can I go and modify that? Yes, very well, you can go and modify here and see, you can see all the details. You can go and modify, but the last two options available only first time, not all the times. The last two checkboxes available only first time while creation of the objects. Maybe that will be the interview questions. Interviewer may ask, so what are the two options available? What are the two options only available while creating a object? Because they want to test your capability. So whether do you know that or not? So there are two options. One is add notes and attachments, and another one is creating a tab. So launch the tab creation wizard while after saving the custom object. So those two checkbox available only creation of the object, not the edit. So on the edit mode, it is not available. Now, if we forget to check the last checkbox, then how do you access the employee object, right? So what I can do, there is options. You may need to create a tab. So look for a tab on the home, because you need to create a tab. Now, this is another one more questions. So what are the different types of tab available in Salesforce? So especially like not an exam questions, it's an interview questions. So what are the different tabs are available in Salesforce? So custom object tab, web tab, Visualforce page tab, lightning component tab, lightning page tab. So there are 5 different types of tabs available in Salesforce. Now we created a custom object, right? Now in order to access the custom object, you have to create a custom object tab. So go to this. We will go through all the tabs slowly later stage, but at the moment just go for a custom object tab. Now what are the object is not created tab? Those objects available here, pick that objects and create it. This is the tab style. What kind of style? Again, this is I would say like only just whenever if you click on this, you will see this is the color. Now if I click on the report, this is the color. Now if I click on the dashboard, this is the color. but by default at the moment everything same color because we chosen like object color. Now if you are creating a new tab, you can choose your own color, what color you would like to have. Like let's say if I go for a boat color, and this tab is visible to whom. So as I mentioned, these are all the different profiles. I'm going to give only, so by default all the tab is hidden by all the users. It's visible to only system administrator, I would say. So just enable only for system administrator, not even standard users. Yeah, so only system administrator can see it. Same way, this tab, you are creating an employee tab, will include what are the applications. These are all the different applications. I would say include only HR applications. So just click on the HR applications. And this checkbox, append tab to user existing personal customizations. Basically, you created an application previously and you already have some of the tabs. Now you thought of introducing a new custom objects. Now while creating a maybe user, end user, they may customize this tab. See, as an administrator, you given some tab for end users, but end user use this pencil icon, they customized it. They put like a different tabs in their screen. Now for you while creating an object, so basically while creating an object, there is a checkbox, append tab to users on an existing personal customization. Even if they customized it, this tab will be included automatically end of this portion over here. Even if they added multiple tabs, end of the tab, our custom tab will be added if we check the checkbox. If we didn't check the checkbox, the tab is not included for the users, but the tab is available for them to use it over here. They can see it here, but it's by default is not visible over here. Okay, we will come back to the security model later stage. There is a separate session on the security model. At the time we may discuss like more on this, so don't worry about that. So yeah, the meeting is going to be end the next in 1 minute. Maybe like use the same link to rejoin it. Yeah, so save. Now I created an employee object. Now if I refresh it, yeah, still like I may take like some more time to be displayed. Did I select it? Yeah, see here, because of the browser, so it may take like some more time. So just employee. Now you will see there is a one tab, and you will see like there is a one list view by default to get added all. Yeah, and you can click like a new. So now if I click on the new, you can see like one page layout, and by default only one field. You remember we created a reference field, that is the only one field available now. So you can go and enter the employee name, like let's say testing 1. Now I created a one record also, one employee, or let's say like employee 1, or I put like John or Peter, yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, just I put like one employee name field. Again, you can go for a first name, last name field instead of like employee name, up to us, like we can go for it. So for just an example, I created like employee name and I entered like a John. Yep, just on one record. This is the one way of creating a object. Now, how do we add like other fields? So in the configuration workbook, we identified all these fields. Now, how do we add one by one? We have to add like all the fields, right? How do we add that? That is basically creating a fields to an object, which we will go through it. Now,